Hey, this is Ken Casey from the Dropkick Murphys, and I love the Grandstanders! Take it away, kid!
Hello, welcome to another edition of Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman, and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, the Professor, Russ Stevens, Uncle Joe McLaughlin, and he's the barber to the stars, Hollywood Pete McGilvery. Well, we have another great show for you tonight, so boys, let's get it started. Of course, we want to thank our great sponsor, Pizzeria Dante. That's not Dante Pizzeria.
Really?
Yeah, David.
Is that a name change, or we've been getting it wrong the whole time?
We've been getting it wrong the whole time.
Really?
And you know, David's a wonderful, special person, but he's huge.
Yeah, you don't want to mess with David.
So he
crush you like a grape.
Yeah, he told me on Tuesday when I was going by. Yeah.
And
Don't
Father
make that
Dante
mistake again.
Looks like it still go a few rounds too.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, Pizzeria Dante. Okay, that's the only one in the country named that.
Love it.
So there you go. All right,
Even I
415
was able
Harvard
to find
Street
it at Google.
in Brookline, Mass. Some of our favorite people. All right, boys. Well, it was Game 7 last night, and let's start with Rask sucked, because that's what every Bruins fan put on every Twitter account and Facebook page in between the second and third period. Do you think they're kind of taking that back now?
No.
He played better in the third period.
Pete called it last week. You know, he never goes out and has a game where he's just bad start to finish. He'll give up. If he gives up 3 goals, 1 or 2 of them will be bad goals, right? He'll stand on his head, but he'll give up the...
Yeah, but he didn't stand on his head last night.
He didn't stand on his head last night.
He didn't make any 10 bellers to make his team say, okay, we're going to be all right.
That's right.
So they never felt like they were all right. And, you know, he just wasn't sharp.
And in Game 7, you usually lose when you give up 4 goals.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised he stayed in for the whole game after that second.
Yeah,
I
well, they
thought
were
he
losing
could've pulled
4-3.
him. I bet he thought about it.
I
bet he
bet he did, but, you know, it's not like you can say, well, we need this guy for the rest of the way. Well, you might not have a rest of the way.
When he got himself flayed out on the ground on that breakaway, that's a bad look. It's a tough stop,
Yeah.
but it's a really bad look.
He was hung out to dry on that one, too.
Well, if you pull him and you win, does he play Game 1?
Well, this is the thing, but that's academic.
Right, but I'm saying, would he have played Game 1?
Well,
If Khudobin had come in and played well?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know.
If Khudobin had come in and really stood on his
He
head.
would have played
Saved the
Hudobin.
game,
I
saved the
think he
bacon.
would have played Hudobin.
Yeah, right.
But, you know, he didn't. Russ didn't have to make any great saves in the third period. They kept it pretty clean in front of him. He was just seeing run-of-the-mill stuff in that third period.
Yeah, but, you know, the fact is, to go deep in the playoffs in the NHL, you have to have a hot goalie. You have to have it.
Right.
You have to have
Absolutely.
it. And it looked like Rask was the guy after 4,
Right.
3 or 4. And then it looked like Fredericks was the guy,
Yeah.
Anderson. So,
Yeah, he sort of fell apart in the third period. Those are tough goals.
But this isn't your parents' or your grandparents' Bruins in the playoffs. These Bruins are going to win games where they score 5 or 6
they
goals.
just have
I mean, you know, it's not a 2-1 kind of
How
team.
great is it to watch a Bruins team with speed?
Right.
You know, DeBrusque takes off down the right-hand side, and he looked like Cam Neely.
and let's not forget how fast the Maple Leafs were.
Right.
So if you can hang with them, you're pretty fast yourself,
Yeah.
you know.
And if they get into a series with the Penguins, games could be like 16-15.
Oh,
I mean,
who knows?
right?
Look,
It'd just be up
It
and down.
doesn't matter if you score a lot of goals because you could run into a hot goal. Remember those great Bruins teams that broke every offensive record? They ran into Ken Dryden, and they went down 4 games
Yeah,
to
you
1.
gotta have it. You gotta have it.
But this is a fun team to watch.
Lot of
right?
fun.
Right? I mean,
I wasn't having a lot of fun last night.
I know.
No, it wasn't a fun game.
Well, hey, I mentioned a few months ago that I thought DeBrusque was the next Cam Neely. And you guys...
Was that on the show?
Yes,
or?
absolutely. It was on the show.
Yeah.
Wasn't that on the show?
If you say so.
Oh, my God. You're not going to give me anything. Well, after last night, it's proven that this guy is a legit
He sure is.
Legit player, but the very at the very ceiling, he could be a superstar.
Now, remind me, guys, was he one of the 3 that they took in the middle of that round? Was he like number 14? And
he's the one they said was, they reached way too far for him. Remember?
Well, that was Shanish and the guy right behind him. DeBrusque was well meant. He was right behind Zaboral, who's still in Providence. Yeah. But DeBrusque kind of made his way in camp and stuck around. And we were all kind of, except for you, obviously, Scott, we were all kind of questioning the...
Oh, you guys.
We were all kind of... We didn't have him quite pegged as the superstar that you did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that's why you need to listen
future
to me more.
Kevin Durant.
I, in fact, hear that Cam Neely's going to let him wear number 8 next year.
He should as well. He should.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, seriously.
Take it right out of the Raptors.
But, that was...
videotape.
That was the draft that we were all like, gee, I'm sure the Bruins are trying to deal because they had 3 in a row, remember?
Right.
And they couldn't make any deals. Oh, now they got to take the picks.
Look what you come up with.
And now look what you got a diamond in that, I think.
And that's what happens. Some of the older players last night looked awful old,
Oh.
and the young players looked like they were just hitting their stride.
How about that goal when Marchand forechecked, Bergeron picks the puck off the end board and props it out to Pasternak? That is an old school, mucky goal.
Yeah, but don't you wish we saw more of that through the course of the night? I mean, they just didn't.
Marchand was kind of going through the motions out there.
Marchand, I couldn't agree with you more, Joe.
Well, he had a rough series. Yeah,
he started out a superstar, a bona fide all-star NHL guy. Oh, there's the guy that. Then he just kind of. Last night, he I hate to say it, he just looked disinterested in a Game 7.
Well, if you're going to win 16 games in a high-intensive playoff, series. Marchand's not going to be able to do it by himself.
Well, maybe if it had gone to overtime, Pete, then we would have seen the Marchand.
Look, he'll do it next series.
I do think that they really needed to get out of this series with this team.
Yeah. I think they're going to relax and play a little bit more of their game this next series.
I think they're a better matchup with Tampa.
Yeah.
But Chara, he looks like they should just send him to Florida the last week of the season.
Right.
And just let him relax
He's
because
lost 10 pounds already in 1 week.
He plays too much, and he's got 4 more series to go. I don't know if he can. I really don't know if it's fair to ask him to do it.
The young kids haven't done well on defense in this series.
But that's a great segue, boys. All right, a prediction. We're playing the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now they have the home ice advantage, so we'll be starting away on Saturday. What are your predictions, Joe, for the series?
Bruins in 7.
Bruins in 7. Russ?
Bruins in 6.
Bruins in 6.
I like the 6 too. I hope for the 6 because I don't want to go back to Tampa for 7.
Yeah, I think 6-2 only because winning at home.
They win one down in Tampa to start and get some
try to
stuff
get the
going.
split and go.
And great job for the Bruins fans. Though they were so depressed in between the second and third periods, they showed up.
They were loud.
They showed up with enthusiasm. They were loud. They were singing Bon Jovi songs, which I don't know about that.
But, after the second period, I said, we're going to find out if Bruce Cassidy's the guy we think he is. Because if they come out like they did in the second, he didn't do his job.
Yeah.
That was a bad period. That was the worst period
in the
playoffs.
7th. Look, these guys are all pros. We're all at home going, geez, this is the 7th. Well, they know it's the 7th game, too. They know better than we do. And they just, I don't know, man.
Yeah, sometimes the tank's empty, boys. You don't got anything left. It's a long series. All right, boys, we go to the Celtics.
That didn't take long.
No, look, we open with the Bruins. I gave you what you wanted, and you want more. All right, we go to the Celtics.
Please,
Who does that remind me of?
Game 6 is tonight, boys. And let's be honest, every week we talk about the Celtics. If we're not talking about Jason Tatum being Kevin Durant, which we've already established, that's true, we talk about Marcus Smart. Sure. Injured, not injured, hitting picture frames in hotels. And, of course, Marcus Smart comes in Game 5, immediately makes an impact, and helps carry them to the
There is honestly no other player in the NBA like him. Maybe Draymond Green has that kind of physical, everywhere Tasmanian devil effect when he's in the game. But can you name me another NBA player who's like him?
He's Dennis Rodman, right?
Yeah.
He's a smaller Dennis Rodman, right? He just goes in there and people are like, he's so annoying.
Yeah.
He's the Celtics' Brad Marchand.
Yeah, right. Great point.
You absolutely hate him if you're on the other team or if you're a fan of another team, right?
Right, yeah. And he made all the difference in the world.
Frankly, I'm bored with the Bucks right now.
They're boring to watch.
That's such a great point.
Yeah.
I'm done with this series. I'm done watching these guys.
Yeah, because the interest for me is kind of kind of.
Well, the games
fizzled.
haven't been well played. It's been a turnover
That was a
fest.
slog the other night.
Yeah, you know what you're getting from
That
guys.
was a tough watch.
Middleton doesn't miss.
Yeah.
You know what you're trying to do is control Giannis, right?
Yeah.
And otherwise, it's just really up to the Celtics whether they're being efficient or not, right?
Yeah, they finally got back to playing the kind of defense that took them to the really the second seed and the number one defensive rating in the NBA for the year the other night. And they're going to have to bust that out again tonight because this is going to be a really hard game for them to win.
Well, they're not going to catch him by surprise playing Shemmy again to start the game.
And everybody just apologized to Al Horford. I don't know, through cards, letters, flowers, or stuff. He's the man. Al Horford is the man. He comes to play in these playoff series like nobody else.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it was nice that he didn't have to guard Giannis.
That
helped immensely for him.
That corner three that he made late
Right.
Oh yeah.
stopped the momentum.
Yeah.
Right? Got us back on track. We needed that bucket so bad.
And that's not a shot Rusty usually takes.
No, and
No,
he's
he's
a
usually
center.
straight
That's
away,
our
right.
5 who goes out and hits a corner three, dagger corner three to reverse the momentum back in our direction.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I feel like he's just one of those guys that the players, his teammates, just really like
Yeah.
having.
And he's
you know.
willing to do everything, right?
Yeah.
Whatever needs to be done.
Totally.
And Shemmy, and I got that right today.
You got that right.
Shemmy, Brad Stevens putting him on Giannis in the 5th game was a big move to help Vic.
Giannis did not want anything to do with him.
No.
And they made no adjustments either
And
to
they made
it.
no adjustments. A great point.
No.
And they have to make an adjustment for this game.
You know, he gets down. He's got such a large base, but he's also strong up top, and he gets down low. And Giannis was just looking at it like, I just don't want to go there. This guy looks like he's going to beat the hell out of me tonight.
Yeah. He doesn't fear Baines.
No.
not at all.
No.
He's got 6 fouls given. He's going to use them.
Because you want the Greek freak to take outside shots.
yeah.
He can take as many outside shots as he wants.
Right. So
Honestly.
people were getting sad. Oh, why are you leaving him open for 3 points? You want to shoot
That's the
3-pointers?
shot you want.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's the shot you want.
I think the person who's contributing the most to the Celtics is Tyler Zeller.
Oh.
Again, finally, we paid him like $10 million last year. Didn't get anything in return.
Yeah.
But every time he's on the court, he absolutely sucks worse than I ever remembered.
Yeah, he doesn't bring anything to the table. How about the fact that we almost had a hockey fight break out in the game the other night? Pete got Pete's attention.
Yeah, right.
Throwing guys out of bounds.
Yeah,
and
right. Oh, yeah, Bledsoe and
Shouldering each
Rozier.
other.
Well, that was simmering, wasn't it?
That was
Yeah.
simmering.
But I was
Absolutely.
scared they were going to throw Bledsoe out. He's been the best defense for the
I'm telling you
for
right
the
now,
Celtics they've
there
had.
will be an incident tonight with Dellavedova in Smart. You could bet on it.
Yeah, he's-
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
I
To,
don't know, but
I
he's a
do
pain
like
in the
watching
ass.
that kid Middleton. He's kind of fun to
Oh, my
watch. Throw
gosh,
him up.
he's
Oh,
great.
He
He's
just,
their
he just
Oh, my God.
drains.
He's their
Imagine
offense.
if we had him.
Ooh.
He doesn't
He's
miss
exactly
that
what we
guy.
need.
Yeah, right. He doesn't miss.
terrible shots, falling away from about 10 feet out
Yeah.
of the 3-point.
Yeah, anything. All right, so we go to the Red Sox, and we had a losing streak, boys, and
3
it was
games.
all on the offense. The pitching from
No hit.
since the opening day fiasco, which I still haven't recovered fully from. The pitching has been extraordinary. You can't even really talk about a stretch in the history of the Red Sox this good by the starting pitching.
Even the bullpens come around. Joe
Absolutely.
Kelly's thrown 10 straight scoreless innings since that fiasco.
And then
Well,
he
when
ends up
does
getting
he-
suspended.
Right.
You know,
When does that start?
I think it
Pretty
starts. The
soon, yeah.
suspension
I think
starts
it
today.
starts
6
today. I
games.
He got a standing O at the Bruins game.
Right.
But did you see where the Yankee first baseman there got his
Reduced?
reduced?
Of course he did.
Joe
Because
Torre took care of the Yankees.
yeah, of course he does.
Hey, you know, the other thing, we can blame it on the hitting. The other thing we can blame it on is the base running.
Yeah.
It's a blunder every night. I said
Yeah.
to you last night, they run the bases like drunken little leaguers.
They always have, though, haven't they?
Well,
The last couple of years.
Yeah.
that third base coach,
Yeah.
Feebles,
Febless,
Pebbles.
jackass.
yeah, right, yeah, moron, Renee
Let's stick
Latchman,
with
Wendell
moron,
Kim,
right,
Yeah.
right.
yeah, right.
Wave him on Wendell.
yeah, right. He needs to go because I don't think he's made one good decision the whole season.
That I'm sorry I ever said re-signing Nunez was a smart thing because he's been terrible.
Yeah, well, you
at
know
the
what,
plate,
though?
on
He's
the,
not
in
an
the field.
What Nunez is showing us, he's not an everyday player. I bet
That's
you
for sure.
when Petey comes back, Nunez moves into that super utility spot.
He'll be
play
effective
better.
at it.
Yeah, that's what he should be doing. We're
that
asking
would-
him to do too much.
Here it comes.
He can't play.
And that would mean the exit of Brock Holt. And now he's
Well, no, he can't even play second base. Nunez.
no. Brock Holt needs to go no matter what. And now he's batting 330. I think it's an accounting error because I don't really know how that's worked. But if we can get 2 bags of balls for Brock Holt right now, I am driving him to.
Where
the
would you
airport.
be without him right now, though?
He has affected not one game as
He's a
positive
locker
for a
room
win.
presence.
He doesn't
Scott.
have Matt
Right.
Barnes to kick
He's
around
a coach
right
in
now.
the field.
He's a coach in the field.
Yes, oh my God! You got any more cliches?
Yeah,
Because he's got most of them. All right, okay. JBJ, and we love him. We talk about him all the time. But JBJ, you know, he's lifetime of like a 235 hitter, and let's be honest, he's no more than a 200 hitter, and he's the guy who's ultimately going to leave this lineup very soon. Right? Would you
I
agree?
mean, I think you're probably on the verge of sitting him against lefties. I would think.
At the very least,
You
right?
have to.
And then, but I mean, they're not constructed for. Maybe that's the way for Swihart to get in the lineup. Frankly, is you start to sit.
Well, what's with the love affair with Swihart?
Oh, I think
You'd like to see something.
Yeah, but what's he
get
done?
something out of
What
him.
I'm asking you seriously, what?
No, I don't have a love affair. My only point is that you can't send him down, so you either play him or you trade him.
Find out.
And the only way you can get value for him is to start playing him a little bit more. Like Mookie's playing center tonight.
Oh, is that right?
Problem is, J.D. Martinez is in right field,
Yeah.
not Swihart. But
The Red Sox will always go to the offense as opposed to the defense. They will always lean that way.
the sun comes up, the sun goes down, and the Red Sox rely on offense.
Offense, right? Why is Swihart? Because Swihart had so much potential as a prospect. They could have traded Cole Hamels for
right.
him. So right now, they're in a difficult situation with him. What do you do with a guy? Because they don't want to see him on another team flourish. Right?
That's true. Got to get something for the asset.
Well,
And he's a 25th man. Then you
so
keep
you
him on
want
the
to find
roster.
out what he can do.
Yeah.
He just
Right.
hasn't had the at bats, is what you're
That's
saying.
right.
Yeah, but they don't really know what position he can play.
And unfortunately, he would.
So it sounds like a
unseat,
project.
when Brock Holt-
he's
He is a bit of a
it's the
project.
Blake Swihart
But you can't
project.
send him down.
Right, as opposed to the Brock Holt project.
Well, I mean, but seriously, we don't know where to play him. We don't know if he can hit, but let's throw him in there.
No, but he has some upside to it, and we need to
What
see
is
what
the
it
upside? That's what I'm asking you.
I don't know. We'll see. And he hasn't
Oh.
really got enough.
we know he
up
can't
bats.
catch.
Well, no, third catcher.
Brilliant
Yeah,
player.
third catcher. He's
Swihart
fine.
so much.
I like Blake Swihart because I think he has potential. And he's
What does-
fast.
And he's
you know,
not Brock Holt.
Does he have photos or something?
No, others do, but not Blake. All right, we got
That
to
was
get.
Pablo.
All right, see, this is what I never understand about baseball. I never understand about the whole rehab thing. Sending these guys down to go play a baseball game somewhere else when they could be playing the baseball game in the major leagues. Why is Xander hitting like a home run and a triple for Pawtucket when we can't score any runs up here that day?
I agree. There's, every once in a while there would seem a guy's out forever. He's got to play himself back. Xander missed a week and a half.
Maybe a pitcher I
Right.
can understand.
Missed a week and a half.
Like Stephen Wright?
Who will never again. And even
Hurt his
though-
back.
Yeah, he hurt his back the
2
first
innings
time.
his first start went out with back spasms. You
He
want to know
probably
why?
got that on a bus.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Back spasms because he's has the body of a 60-year-old.
A
No offense to all the 60-year-olds out
Yeah,
there.
right. A knuckleball pitcher
Right.
who really doesn't even move, doesn't really even bend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hurt. I love Rafael Devers. You know I love him, but
You love him this week.
he's very exciting in the plate, up at the plate. But he is maybe the worst third baseman in baseball right now. Would you say?
Yeah, it's a little grisly.
Yeah.
And he'll make these plays. He'll make a diving stab, and he'll get up, and then what he did after that diving stab last night was you couldn't figure it out.
No, right.
Yeah, but it's not an issue because you can just put Swihart there.
No, but seriously, everything down the line goes down the line, right?
He doesn't think like the play where Xander got hurt there. He's trying to throw to third base and Devers just wandered off away from his position.
Yeah, he makes you forget that normal third basemen in the major leagues
He
actually
is third
feel,
base.
they feel those plays.
Yeah, that's Pete's point, though. History's littered with guys, like especially third basemen, who will come up, they'll commit 40 errors one year, and then 3 years later, they'll be Gold Glovers.
Coach him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike
be
Lowell, Frank Malzone.
He'll
was
be
that
fine.
way.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Yeah, Jim Thome.
You're just
started
going to
as
have to
third
live it. We've
baseman.
got a
Yeah.
Wade
rough,
Boggs was off.
we have a rough defensive infield right now.
Hey,
Can we
Dustin
agree with that?
Pedroia wasn't terrific when he first
That's
came
right.
up.
Yep.
No, but I felt like Pedroia has lost a lot last year too. So you're right. We have some problems in the infield that ultimately will show its head during the course of the season, which means we need Xander back.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll be back.
This is
weekend,
ridiculous.
I assume, right?
All right, so it's draft day, boys. You excited?
Yeah, I'd like to see, but I think I'll go to bed and set the alarm for like midnight when the Patriots
I know.
pick.
But here's the thing about draft day with Belichick, though, is we're going to have a conversation, which we should, about who they should pick, and then he'll pick none of the guys that we talk about.
No, yeah, absolutely right.
Right, we'll sit
We're
here
gonna
and
trade
say,
down
I want athletic linebackers. We want an offensive lineman and a quarterback of the future. The
best
and
available
he will draft
athlete.
2 cornerbacks.
Oh, he
I know,
never
yeah,
goes
Alabama.
best out.
One
best
from Rutgers
available.
and one from Alabama.
And Mel Kiper would say it's a reach. Those guys are 6th
Yeah.
round picks. It's called Jordan Richards.
Yeah.
You're right. You know, right?
Well, he was considered the best safety on the board at that time.
Oh, great.
That's
my
why they
God.
went
So
with
so if you're drafting, are you with the first pick now, the first Patriots pick, no trading. Are you going offense or defense?
I think you're going quarterback.
Really?
If you like a quarterback on the board, you need to snap him up.
And
I
you-
think they go with whoever, if there's a run on quarterbacks, then they go with the best, say, outside linebacker available. Whatever there's been a run on, they go the other way.
I should say, where do you think is the biggest need? You think it's quarterback?
Absolutely. And that
Well, you're just trying to get to the Jimmy
No,
Garoppolo.
and you should know, just so you know, if you get drafted by the New England Patriots as quarterback, Tom Brady hates you. He hates you like poison.
And he should.
Right,
It's
but
a competition.
No, all right, so this is it. I had a dream, boys, and come on,
Oh,
just
God,
stay with
here
me.
we go.
And Giselle will spike your drinks.
All right, this would make this night just memorable forever. Belichick, okay, maybe he tells Bob Kraft, the buffet's in the other room. Why don't you go over there? The Salisbury steak is just fantastic. And while he's out in the other room, he trades Tom Brady. Wouldn't that be remarkable?
It would be remarkable.
That would be his
All right,
parting
so
shot,
if they
though.
think, all right, if they think on the 4th pick in the draft, the Cleveland Browns have whoever's available for quarterback at this point is a quarterback they want to. Could they trade Tom Brady for that 4th pick?
To the Browns?
To the Browns.
Oh, my God, Scott. Are you
The
serious?
Browns are trading that pick to the Giants for the second.
Would
Yeah,
you
see,
do
here's-
it?
here's
I'm just
the-
saying, would you do
No,
it?
we talked about this last night. I would consider, if you thought that your quarterback of the future was there at 4, like you really truly believed it if you were the Patriots, you would have to at least consider it.
Okay, if that's the case, then what you're saying is you don't think the Patriots are an elite team the next 2 years.
First of all, I don't think the Patriots are an elite team
Okay.
anymore. No.
All right.
No, I don't. You're not going to get much from Edelman
I'm
anymore.
not with you on that. I'm
You're
with
not
you on
going
the
to get.
pick.
No.
They did play in the Super Bowl last year.
Okay, so did Atlanta the year before. How'd that work out for them?
Right, but
First of
wait a
all, they have one of the worst defenses in football, and you can't just all of a sudden remake that in one season.
So they have one of the worst defenses in football.
Would you agree?
They have the best quarterback
Pete's
in
dragging you down
football.
a road right here.
They have the best
And you
quarterback.
want to take a quarterback when their need is on defense.
Oh, you've got to be kidding! Seriously?
I'm
just
trying to
Oh my God!
understand it.
We didn't have the show in
Logic
1992.
101 over
He
here.
just lawyered you.
We don't didn't have the show in 1992, but you've been like, how can we give away Larry Bird, Kevin
just-
McHale,
he
Robert
just-
Parrish? You don't see it. You just see this.
Pete just Perry Masoned you.
I'm
he
just
Yes,
dealing
he
with
did.
the facts,
No,
man.
look,
Just the
I'm
facts,
with you
yeah.
on the. If you thought that quarterback of the future was there at 4, I'm with you. I don't see them. The big drama will be if Lamar Jackson drops to 18, right? The kid from Louisville, because they had him in twice to work. Does he move up? I think the question is, does he move up 5 spots to take Lamar
Or
Jackson?
did they just bring him in twice so that someone else will make a mistake
be.
and draft
That's a
him?
completely different scenario, though.
But he's a completely different court. You're going to have to remake your offensive line and
that'd be
everything
kinda
if you
fun,
have.
though.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
fun.
but that's fine. But you're not losing Tom Brady in that
Not
process.
at that point. Yeah. I don't think there's any chance. Brady. I think in the end, if the Patriots tried to trade Brady to Cleveland against his wishes, he'd say, "I'd retire." There's no trade.
Oh, I don't know.
Why do you hate Tom Brady so much?
Look, a lot of people
loves Jimmy that much.
hated Tom Brady this week, and a lot of
Why-
people said that if Tom Brady had retired, like he said he might, that he would not even be on the Mount Rushmore of Boston sports anymore. Would you agree with that?
Wait.
What are you talking
What?
about? That Brady wouldn't be on the Mount Rushmore
No,
of Boston
that
sports?
he would be. His name would be a swear word.
So
in
you're
this
saying,
town.
you're comparing him now with Nomar Garciaparra.
No. Understand, he was ready to be
We
hated.
got something for Noma.
If he retired this right now,
Yeah.
he would be
No,
hated in this
crap,
town.
no,
Would you
He'd be
not?
the best quarterback that ever played football.
He would get Kraft would get blamed for half of it.
He
Half
would-
the people would blame Kraft.
he-
Half the people would blame half the people would blame Belichick, and the
Yeah.
other half would blame.
But he
Oh
would-
my
but
God!
he-
You think
No.
he just skates?
Yeah, but
like
Scott,
Teflon,
they
but
would-
Tom.
He would exit as the MVP of the NFL.
But he would have sabotaged the next 10 years of the
A lot of
NFL,
people,
the Patriots.
Scott, I believe a lot of people would blame Belichick and Kraft for that.
Oh,
I
I
think it would
think-
be a third.
Patriots fans would blame Tom.
Absolutely.
The Pink Hats would blame Kraft and Belichick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling you something. Tom's legacy is a question mark right now.
I disagree.
Well,
Absolutely.
no, I think I think this is all much ado about
Tom's
nothing.
legacy
He's
is
going to
not a
play another
question
3
mark.
years.
If he
I
walks-
agree.
If he walks away, I agree that it's going to be an issue. If he plays next year and he walks away, then he can do it.
If he
They're
walks
just doing
away,
this to
he's
keep it
kind of a
in
schmuck
the
for doing
news.
that.
Yeah. I think
Why
we'll
can't
agree
you
with that.
guys see the
They're
future?
just trying to keep it
Why
in the
can't
news,
you see
that's
the
all.
future and
Because we
know
don't
that
have the hat like you.
there's a
Yeah, we're not
it's a
clairvoyant.
simple equation, and everyone agrees with me except you three, is that you get rid of your old stars before while they still have some value. That's what you do.
Yeah, but not.
Yeah,
you don't
but-
get rid of your old stars when they're the best ticket for you to win another Super Bowl. They got rid of Garnett and Pierce when it was clear
'Cause
that
they
they
weren't
were
gonna
not going
drive
to
in
get them to
any
another
car.
And let's not
championship.
forget something else too. It's a business.
Right, but you're not going
He's
to win
putting
another. You're
people
not
in
going to
there.
win another
Tom
Super Bowl.
sells
Okay, well-
tickets. Tom sells shirts. If a lot of people would
Joe's
trade
right.
for him because if you're not selling Caesar's tickets, you're selling out that day that you
better
make that
believe
trade.
Our best chance of winning a Super Bowl next year is with Tom Brady as quarterback. Our best chance of winning a Super Bowl in 3 years is with Josh Rosen as quarterback.
Right,
That I'll
exactly.
give you. But our best chance of winning a Super Bowl in 2019.
Well, obviously, right.
Right. So I'm saying I want that. Unless, and I'm agreeing with you. If you think that your quarterback for the next 12 years is at 4 and you can get to 4, then you have to consider doing it.
Right.
That's
with
tough. That's tough. Who is in that draft that is your court?
Well, what are you going to give up to get to
I don't
four?
see
Both
any
number
bona
one.
This
fide-
kid Josh Rosen reminds me a lot of Brady.
Yeah, I agree too. But
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of.
But there's no sure thing.
Look, trading Jimmy G was a huge move, right? That was monumental in this town,
And
right?
here it comes.
Right. So trading Tom Brady is just as monumental. It's
Well,
equal.
and
It's
Ja-
not. It's,
and just as monumental was Jamie Collins, the way the defense has
That's a
kind of
that's-
domino
yeah,
effect
that's a
because
good point.
since then.
right.
Chandler
exactly.
Jones.
Like
Chandler
they
Jones.
couldn't have used Jamie Collins in the Super Bowl.
Well, that's the kind of guy I'd like to see him
Just
draft
give me
tonight.
2 really super athletic linebackers out of this draft.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
do nothing else.
Okay.
I know
now,
because Shea McClellan's gone.
I know. Yeah. Right. He's
can't
going to be
jump
on
over
the
the
show though.
Give me 2
We
of those
need more
guys.
Irish
We need
linebackers.
speed on defense.
Shay, Hollywood Pete's little binky, Shay McClellan. Come on in here, Shay.
He was a hitter.
All right. Are there any chances Gronk goes tonight?
Goes where?
No, not after that the other day, I don't think.
No.
So there's no fireworks with a team that just seems
He
to do
came back
fireworks
hat in hand
all the
and said,
time.
"The coach is the boss. I'm doing
Well, they
whatever they
did
tell me."
fireworks to get. They got the second pick with fireworks, right? They got the 23 by trading Cooks. That's been fireworks, right?
I know, but that's what I'm saying. There's
He's-
a pattern
look,
here.
We all know what's going to happen. They're going to take a quarterback, and they're going to take that 31st pick and turn it into a second and a third, and we're going to be waiting until halfway through tomorrow night's draft to get the linebacker that we want.
Yeah, that's why, thank God, we have the Red Sox,
And
and
we've
then,
got
of
the-
course, we have the Celtics.
Right. And maybe even the Bruins by the time these guys actually
Yeah,
draft the
right,
player
yeah,
that
right,
we want.
exactly.
Well, they'll be with the Bruins playing on Saturday.
3
The
o'clock.
draft will still be going on.
Wait, so you don't think they'll take the linebacker with the first pick?
Oh, I think
Because I think it's linebacker and offensive lineman. Don't you? Really?
I do.
It all depends. If there was a bunch of offensive linemen taken just before that, they'll go linebacker. Vice versa.
I think the quarterback is this kid Laletta from Richmond.
Oh,
that
yeah,
right?
I agree
Like
with you.
Third round, second round.
I
third
agree.
round. He looks like a Jimmy G.
He
How about
fits.
that
He
Mason
fits.
Rudolph there?
Yeah, but all the quarterbacks everyone thinks are going to go in the second round always end up in the back of the first round.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but
the
this,
Paxton Lynches
I
of the
think
world.
Mason
and stuff.
Rudolph is going to end up in the back of the first. This Laletta kid looks like. I think they'll have to take him with a second round pick.
And it'll be a great pick, don't you
He
think?
looks like Jimmy G to me.
I mean, it's a.
Oh, you just watch your tongue.
But
Nobody looks like Jimmy G. Even Adrian won't agree that, right?
A raw nerve, yeah.
Yeah, all the women are just like, you gotta be kidding.
We gotta get you to Vegas to put some real money down on Jimmy G.
Oh,
next year.
absolutely. I'm going to. All right, boys. Well, it's going to be an exciting night in sports. It's been an exciting week. And thanks, the boys. Want to thank everyone behind the scenes. Of course, the lovely and talented Adrian and William, the intern. Please check us out on our website at thegrandstanders.com. And tune in again next Wednesday night at 6:30 for another edition of the Grandstanders Live. I'm your host, Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. I'm Scott Kerman. Have a great and happy night. The elephants are in town.
Here comes the circus.